everybody. Welcome to Selene Yachts Americas. We're here today on a sunny day in Alameda, California, and I want to chat a little bit today with you about the sales process and what to expect when you're buying a boat through Selene Yachts Americas. We understand the sales process takes some time. Sometimes it'll take years for somebody to go through the entire sales process, but I want to just kind of give you an idea of what to expect. First off, on our site, SeleneAmericas.com, we have a lot of information, and there's also pricing on the site. So if you fill out a form, you'll get a code, and you can go to our site and see pricing even before you contact us. So you get an idea of what the cost of these boats are. Keep in mind that pricing on the site is all-inclusive. It includes shipping, it includes all tariff, and it's a fully equipped boat. There are some options you can click on the site to get an idea if you want to add teak decks, or if you want to add twin engines, or if you want a wide body boat. All those are options that you can go to our website and get an idea on pricing. Once you have an idea on pricing, then we need to really hone in on the size of the boat. It's either a 46 or a 54 or a 60 or a 62 or a 72 or 78. If there's a boat size that you're interested in, let us know. We do have some other boats that are not on our site that we can build that are sizes in between those that I had mentioned. So let us know what you're thinking on boat size. We'll hone in on that. Then we can talk about what you're going to do with the boat. We really want to understand your usage of the boat. It's really important for us so we can design a boat that is perfect for you. Now, one of the things you're going to learn with Selene Yachts is that we customize boats. So if you want a 3-stateroom, if you want a 2-stateroom, if you want 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads, if you want a day head, if you want wide body on one side, if you want total wide body on both sides, galley up, galley down, even to the point where if you don't like a cabinet, that you want drawers instead of a cabinet, we can do that. If you need a desk put in somewhere, we can do that. We're really flexible on design of these boats to make sure that they're built for you. Now, the other thing about these boats is the quality is beyond reproach. I mean, you get on these boats and the fit and finish is just awesome. So we want to make sure that you get to understand what these boats are and what you're getting. So we have our website. You can go to our website. You can call us, email us, text us, however you want to get in touch. Come see us at Trawler Fest. We're at all 3 Trawler Fests. We're at Baltimore, Stewart, and Anacortes. We also do the Annapolis Powerboat Show. We always have a boat at those shows. It may not be a new boat, but even our older boats, when you get on them, you will see the quality of these boats. It's just awesome to get on these boats, not just for seeing the quality, but also the layout. And if you get on multiple boats, you'll see how customizable these boats are. It's really, really fun to start looking at Selene's and to start designing your own boat. Once we decide what size boat you want to buy, we can start doing some layouts for you. So how that works is that we talk to you and we get your ideas on what your perfect boat is. Then we'll go to the yard and have them draw up your ideas on a layout and get that back to you to see how that works. Usually we go through a cycle of, 2 or 3, maybe 4 different drawings, but that's up to you, and we've got great ideas for you to come up with that perfect boat. Once we decide what the perfect boat is for you, we'll put together a detailed quote with all of the options on your boat. You get to go through that, and you can add or delete options depending on your desires. And once we get that finalized, now it's time to start looking at a contract. We have a very detailed contract to make sure that everybody understands what the terms are. One of the things in the contract is change orders. So as we go through the build of the boat, you are allowed to make changes. There usually is an additional cost, and there may be an additional extension of time. So we have to be careful about what you're changing. If something's already built on a boat and you decide you want to change it, let's say there's a desk and now you want to put drawers there, then there will be an additional cost and it could delay the build of the boat. We prefer, of course, not to delay boat builds, but it is something that can be done as we go through the build of the boat. After we agree to the contract and you're signed on the contract, then we encourage you to go to the yard, and we will go to the yard with you. And while you're there, we can even refine the design of your boat even more so than what we had done on paper. Howard will be there. Howard's awesome. He's just a wizard with sitting down and talking to you and figuring out what you want and coming up with some sketches and ideas and then implementing them on the build. So the trip to the yard is awesome. We just took a buyer over there. There is a video on it. His name's Brian Purdy, and you should check out that video to see what he has to say about going to the yard. But the trip to China is fun, and you should definitely do it at least once, if not 2 or 3 times. You're allowed to go as many times as you want. We will accompany you. The build process typically takes somewhere around 18 months. It could be shorter if it's a smaller boat, maybe 12 months on a 45, 18 months on a 60, 24 months on a 72, but those are typical build times. I had mentioned in a previous video that we are in the process of increasing the capacity of the yard. They have started a 400,000 square foot expansion on the yard, and that should be done in December of this year, which is 2024. Once that's done, we're going to start building stock boats. So the build times will actually come down on the stock boats that are in process. So if you wanted a boat in a year and we had a boat that was already 6 months in build on a 60-footer, then if that boat's not spoken for, we can get you into that boat. Let's talk about payment plans. Typical payment plan is 10% down at signing of contract, 10% at hull release, 10% at deck join, 10% at flybridge join, 10% at engine install, 10% at varnish, and the remaining 40% at the end. So you can figure that the first 10%, of course, is immediate. The hull release could be as soon as 2 months after you sign. It could be that the hull's already released, so then that would be 20%. Deck joint's going to be another couple months after hull release. Same thing with flybridge. And then you have 9 months to a year before we install the engines and do the varnish. So you'll have deposit, hull release, deck join, and flybridge join in the first 6 months. And then engine install and varnish towards the end of the build. And then, of course, at the end of the build is the remainder of the payment. We do a lot of checking on your boat. I'm going to talk a little bit in another video about the process we're going through for warranties and making sure the quality of the boats are really up to speed. We do have an inspector that goes over there. They'll be going over there every couple months to inspect your boat. And then at the end, we do thorough inspection while the boat's there, and then thorough inspection when the boat arrives here with the handoff to you with up to a week of training on the boat. We want to make sure that you get the best Selene yachts that we can build for you. We're always excited to work for you. You become part of our family. That's what we're looking for, is to build our family. We have rendezvous every year, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, where we'll get 30 to 40 boats per year and up to 100 people that get together, all Selene owners, and it's a blast. So thanks for listening. I hope to see you on a new Selene and at our rendezvous and Trawler Fest or Annapolis Powerboat Show. Give us a call if you want more information, and we'll be sure to set you up with the right person to take care of you and walk you through this process. It's a lot of fun. Hope to see you. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video.